So you can see some words basically: curious, playful, open-minded, flexible, sensitive, independent, risk-taking, intuitive, thorough, ambitious, energetic. Can you relate these words with anything? No? These are the traits of creative people. You can see some kind of traits in you also. And people normally relate to the creativity, that creativity is all about like only musicians, artists, designer and everything, right? But is it just, it's all about art? No, I don't think so. It's just all about art. It's all about like finding the new things. It's all about like having your approach, your perspective, the way you look at the things, the way you solve the things, that's also about the creativity. But now you'll say like, why we are talking about here? So I just wanted to say that then creativity is really essential in the entrepreneurship is the question. And maybe this is a question answer, maybe we will try to find out through my journey maybe, right? So this is just a small journey of mine. Okay, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Abhishek Kadam. I'm a serial entrepreneur and I'll take you through my journey. Childhood. I've born and brought up in typical middle class family, working parents. One very close society, conventional background. But the curiosity which always was open in my head, when you say like, W is an H, right? Always why, when, how, what, where. This is a question I always used to ask during my, childhood. So I always used to try to find out the things behind, what is there behind it. That's made me to make my childhood more curious. I tried to explore, and that's why I realized that the entrepreneurship basically, the seeds of entrepreneurship basically always in your childhood. And I normally take the lectures on entrepreneurship, not for the bigger adults or bigger kids. I normally take for the small kids from the age of 5 to 12. And that's I call it as a kidpreneurs. And that's what I think so I got to know these things in my childhood, the seeds of entrepreneurship, saw in the childhood time. I've grown up in typical, Marathi medium, the vernacular mediums, and I've grown up with a lot of things. So when I was in a school, basically, I used to find out the, new things, new way to interact with the people, new way to, see the things. So I used to put up the stalls in my society. I used to put up the, some kind of activities during my summers and Diwali vacations or something to earn little money, just to fun part. But that's how basically my childhood, gone. And then I realized, and I think so, the creative person always would like to build something, would like to create something. And that's what, I wanted to do. And that's what led me to, look myself as an engineer. And that's what I got admission in my engineering. I'm a mechanical engineer. दिख नहीं रहा हूँ, but yes, I'm a mechanical engineer, where I started my mechanical engineering with the VGTI college in diplomas. In early diploma college, I was really wondering, okay, I'm doing engineering, so finding writing my assignments, copying the assignments also, guys. So that's always a part of the engineer. Somebody's smiling on this, I think so they can relate to it. So that's always a part of my engineering days. But when I realized that what is I'm doing except, so that's something which is ambitious things, as a creative kida came in my mind. And that's what what you do something different. And that's where I started doing the events. I was not aware of the events at all. I was just one day, I just thought to just be a part of my college festivals, and I got admission in the, whole college committee. And just by God's grace or something, I've become a youngest, the GS in my college days. And I was almost a 18-year guy. And that's where my journey started, knowing about the events, exploring myself. And I've become a GS, I've become a college, I've done big college festival. Then I realized events is an interesting line, let's do the events. So I started doing a lot of college events. Me and my partner, basically my friend, who is my friend and now is my business partner. We started taking the events, doing the college festivals across all Mumbai. We did the biggest college festivals in that. That's the whole exploration of the events happened. completed my diploma, completed my degree, and the whole my event thing started. That's but never done a freelancing job also, or never worked as a promoter. Always worked as own things, entrepreneurs. And this the next thing happened, that I've done my engineering. After engineering, I realized that now it's time to do something different, because I think so engineer is something which is I'm not able to see myself as engineer. I think so over the engineering days I explored me as my creative part, me as a marketing selling person, and then realized I think so I should do something good in the marketing and the sales. And that's what I've got admission in the Mudra Institute of Communications, Ahmedabad, MICA. It's one of the India's the top communication schools, and I did my post graduation in communications and entrepreneurship, which basically lead me to have the taking risk kind of a thing, because I was doing my events simultaneously. I used to fly down to the Mumbai or the events when the event used to happen, and that's the kind of a journey. 1 week I used to be in Ahmedabad for my masters, and on the weekend if I have an event I used to travel to Mumbai or wherever across the India I used to have event. But that was a complete the journey I have enjoyed over the years during my engineering and the post graduation, and the time has come. Now it's time to leave the college and get into the real professional life. And that's the college campus interview started, and that's where I thought yeah, really I wanted to work. I really wanted to work under someone. Then I realized, no, let's take a risk, and that's the risk-taking things came into the picture. And I really said, thank you, I don't want to sit for my campus, and I will start my own business. Yes, that's the next thing. Is my next journey got into the next phase of my journey is the early years or my business. In 2008, got into my masters, left my campus interviews and everything, left the big package salaries and everything, and let's start a full-fledged event company. And I started the event company with the name of iLeaf Connects. That's a company which I'm still running since last 15 years. So early years, I really struggled, because part-time events karna and then the full-time doing the events is completely different game. You have responsibilities, you have you have to run the company, everything. It was a challenging part. I struggle. I've never worked under anyone. I've never worked for any company, or I really don't know how to pitch it. Part-time was a, kind of a journey where you get a work, you do it, get a money, relax, enjoy, But when you come full-time, that's a responsibility. You have to run the game, you have to run the company. And that's where I struggled. And then I learned the whole things, how to talk to the client, how to understand the briefs, and how to do a presentations. That's the completely journey of as a creative person, I've really learned to grasp the things. I really learned to adapt the things. That's the more, part of the creativeness. And that's the creative kida always there in my head. Yes, 2-3 years we struggled a lot, but the objective was clear that we wanted to go to the one step ahead and make the very known well event company. And that's what happened over the last, few years. And early 3 years we struggled, but yes, then established as an event company. Started as an activation promotion company, then we got into the corporate business. In last 15 years, we have done more than 600 to 800 bigger scale events. We have now turned into our events into the festival management. We large scale of the festivals that we produce, we manage. You can say the quantum of the festival is, you can say 2 lakhs people over the 2 days, that kind of a quantum that we have managed. That's something which is capability that we hold as an event company. Real estate companies, you name the iLeaf Connects, they will know that iLeaf is the best event management company in the real estate. But that's how not the role of the entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are always get into the, diversification. They wanted to, go into the different lines, and that's where basically the point came. Where in 2016, I was sitting with one of our client, and he's a big client. He's owner of the big development company, and owner of the almost 10,000 crore. And we were just sitting and we were pitching for one of the event, and he said hold on, I have one opportunity. Do you like to open the banquet? I said sir, banquet? So banquet. So what? So he said I have a space. Go and check the space. I have a 22,000 carpet space in my banquet. I said in my mall. He said okay, fine. I said we haven't said no. That's the whole important part. We just went, we done our study, we went on the table, we worked out what is something that if I'm looking at this banquet space, the bigger banquet space, what I have to do it for the customer, because I have done hundreds of the events for my clients in across the India and various 5-star banquets. But if come to that, I am at the other end and I have to do a banquet, I have to build the banquet for the event companies and the wedding companies. So what it could be, because that gave me the edge, and we came with the good presentation, and we presented it. And they said, like, done. I like the presentation, and you tell me what is the next commercial. I said, like, I have not thought of the numbers also. We just like, okay, fine. We don't know the real estate numbers and everything, how much is the rentals and everything. We went back. We again done a study. We talked with a lot of players, and then we understood, okay, this is something we should set the numbers. And we sat down the table. We were talking with the big guy in the industry and negotiating. But yes, we cracked the deal. And that's what we got a first banquet in the place with the name of iLeaf Ridge Banquets, which is now in Thane, spread over the 20,000 carpet, and that's the entry into the banqueting industry and the hospitality industry. And now we have two banquets in across Mumbai. One is in Thane and another is in Vashi, spread over almost 18,000 square feet with the name of iLeaf Grand. So iLeaf Banquets is a kind of a second diversion happened. So yes, that's how. So the entrepreneurs always keep their eyes, head, brain open to grab the opportunities. That's a very important part. They need to be flexible enough to understand what other person want, and if that's a good opportunity, make it happen. How it happened, that's something they have to do it. The third part, we basically went for another event meeting, and one of our clients, I was sitting with the COO, and he said, like, I'm coming with a big project which is almost 120-acre place, and I wanted to launch this property. Tell me how. I wanted to build a big office spread over almost 20,000 carpet. I said, like, sir, I have a banquet, you can take my banquet, No, I wanted to do it at my property. I said, like, sir, how? So go study. Again went back, sat down with my partner, sat down with the team, and how we can do it. And then we came with the proposal that, okay, fine, we'll have a big structure which is a rental structures, we'll do interiors and everything, and we have done the renders and everything. And he liked it. He said, like, done, tell me the commercials. We presented the commercial, and that's what the diversion and the birth of my third business vertical we got into. That's the iLeaf Connect space building. That's we are one of the niche company in the India where we build the temporary offices for the real estate companies. And since last 5 years, almost 4.5 years, we have built almost 2 lakh square feet of offices for the biggest real estate companies in India. You name the Mumbai's real estate companies, go to the offices, see the best of Five Garden, Godrej, Runwal's, Dosti, and all offices has been, temporary offices has been built by us. That's the proud thing, I should say. That's the diversion, that's third business that we have built. But the COVID taught everyone a different thing, and COVID also taught us a very interesting and got into the another business. That's the catering business. Because COVID is something which you can't allow the people more than 200-300, right, to do the functions or the wedding. So we have a lot of caterers which is working with us, right? But how normally do this business with them, because they are charging the bomb amount for the less number of people. Then we sat down. We said, like, I can't cook. I have not done a cooking ever, but I have just made a tea and omelettes. So I said, like, but we need a dedicated team who should do it. And the clients that we cater is a premium space clients, And so we want some kind of a, good team to handle it. We went back again, we studied, we done research, we got a best of team. What is we should put it to the premium clients, wedding clients, corporate clients, everything. And that's the birth of our fourth business. That's the Purple Plate Catering. It's been now 4 years. We are most premium catering spaces, and I think so 90% of the weddings in my banquets and even the corporate businesses that we do under the event companies, basically the catering is done by us. So that's the kind of a 4 vertical. That's the diversion that we did. This diversion happened because of why? This diversion happens because of we have always kept our ideas, thoughts the flexibilities, objective clear that, we have to grow, we have to build, we have to, experiment. That's the kind of the part of the creative person, right? So this is a kind of ILEAF group that I would like to. So these are the companies that, I'm a director and a co-founder with the ILEAF group, and these are the companies we have built over the last 15 years. And so the question again arises here, is that the creativity essential for the entrepreneurship? What do you say? Now the answer is yes, absolutely yes. And that's how I can say the creativity is an important part of the entrepreneurship. No doubt you are not a art person or the designer or the musician, okay? But the important part is the creative person is entrepreneurs can't be good entrepreneurs without having the creativity. Then what kind of a creativity I'm talking about? What kind of a creativity? Simple. The creative thinking is important, the creative way to solve the problems, creative way to basically have the ideas in place, because always that we need to handle the things, we need to handle the crisis. That's very important. So the ideas should, there. And the same thing is the communication. Do you know that the CEOs of the companies are always from the sales and the strategy background? And why? That's because they are creative in their own manner, right? So that's what I said, the creativity and the entrepreneurship, you can't separate, from each other. And I'm proudly say that I'm most creative person, and in my way and in my industry, I can say, and that's proudly, I should say that. And that's what I say, that always, that creative person cannot be cannot be entrepreneur is the myth. And I think so proudly I said that we have burst it over my 15 years of journey. No doubt I'm just a 37-year-old guy, long way to go. It's just a small journey I have done, long way to go to build a lot of things over the years. And that's what I'm just working on the few things, and that's what I always say to everyone, is the entrepreneurship is the art. So start learning, start exploring. Thank you.